What's up, guys? What's up, fellas? What's up, ladies? What's going on, beautiful people, United States of America and around the world? Just going to be talking about a quick topic today, guys. Very important topic. Um, Going between and comparing between whole life insurance and term life, guys. So when people get insurance, right, most people, their mindsets are very not long-term thinking, right? And this is going to be related off of my last video, which is thinking about which is comparing, short-term versus long-term thinking, right? So most people, when they get insurance, right, they'll get insurance on their car, they get warranty on their technology, they get insurance on all these devices around them, right? Even home insurance, right? But then they neglect to get insurance on their life, right? They neglect to get insurance on their life, right? So they don't really see the value. Most people, right, in their mindsets of, whoa, I have car insurance, but when you talk to them about life insurance, like, oh, and this is in agents and brokers, you can comment on this video too. This and anybody else that really is passionate in the industry, like I am, right? You can comment and say that when you bring up life insurance to most people, they say, whoa, why do I need to get life insurance? What's the whole deal about this? Why do I need coverage, right? And they make a big fuss about it, right? And when you really think about it, when you really look at their situation, right, and when you really look at how they look at legacy and finances and financial literacy, you really start to understand and start to see that they're not thinking long term. They're thinking short term thinking, right? So, but anyways, guys, segue into this. Most people, when they get life insurance, right, they have two options, right? They get either a term policy, right, which is what most people end up going for because they don't really have education on life insurance. They don't really want to think about it, right? They just want to get it and go. They want to get it and go to sleep. They want to go to the next thing, right? We live in the digital realm age. We live in where lots of these instant gratification with Instagram and all this social media, people want things fast, right? People don't want to keep sitting down and researching and looking, right? Because most people don't have time for that, right? Most people are working, have jobs, and all these types of stuff, right? Well, most people, when they get insurance, right, they'll get either term insurance or they'll get whole life, right? And with term insurance, guys, it's real simple. It's basically what it's called, right? Think of it as what it's called. It's for the term of the policy, which is usually 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years. So within that time, you're able to be covered. Your life is able to be covered as well as your family's life, right? So let's say if you have a term insurance paying $100 a month, you have a coverage of about $200,000. So if anything happens to you within that 10, 15, or 20 years, depending on the policy, then let's say if something happens to you, right, God forbid you pass away, then your beneficiaries, your loved ones would be covered, right? Many people get it confused though and thinking that, oh, that's only what term offers. The Depending on how the policy is designed, right, you can actually have living benefits with term policy, right? So with the term life insurance, right, you can have, let's say, a critical illness rider added to it, right? So if you get sick and you get stuck to a hospital bed, you're able to have access to those funds too, or accidental coverage as well too, right? Or you're also, with most term policies, you're also able to convert it into a whole life policy, right? So term gives you that easy, and term policies are usually relatively a little bit cheaper than whole life, right? Okay, it really depends on your health and situations and things like that, right? If you want to learn more about that too, you kind of want to talk to me about it. I can consult with you about it, with you and your situation, and give kind of my opinion on what would be suited for you, right, or what you actually want to know. You can go ahead, comment below, and I can reach out to you. We could talk more about it as well too. You could also, I'll also leave my email in the description below, so we can discuss more. But the second type of insurance too that most people neglect to understand, right, is whole life insurance, right? And with whole life, right, with whole life, it's also called permanent life, right? And with that, you're not just putting $100 into that policy, right, and not getting a cash value or return, and you don't see where that money's going. With the term life, yes, you're paying $100 and you get that coverage, right? But you're not able to access that $100, especially if you don't have any major things happening to you, right? Or if you didn't, and stuff like that. You're not able to borrow against the policy. But with whole life, a bit different, guys, right? It's kind of more like a savings account, right? And you're creating an estate, right? So you can be paying for a nice whole life policy depending on your age and depending on your coverage and everything like that. You can be paying a nice whole life policy probably for, $100, $150 a month, right? And you can get a coverage for about $200,000, $250,000, right? $250,000 face value coverage, which is pretty good, right? And basically what it is, guys, you pay that, let's say $150 a month, and every single time you pay, right, you're paying towards that cash value, right? You're paying to that cash value pretty much, and you're able to grow it, right? And you have access to those funds. You're able to borrow against those funds. You're able to take those funds out whenever you want, right? But you always want to keep the policy in force, right? Meaning you're always paying your premiums, you're always keeping the policy up, and keeping it active. Really good thing about whole life too, guys, is that it's growing at an annual percentage, usually from about 4%, right? Some 5 or 6% depending on where you go, right? And each year you're growing at about 4%. It's compounding 4% every year, right? So you're compounding, and you're growing and growing and growing and growing, right? And it's just amazing, right? So let's say 2 years down the line, for the full 2 years, every month you've been paying 150, 150, 150. So let's say about each year you grow it to 2,500. By the end of the third year, right? Let's say, it grows to about 7,500. Now you have 7,500 built up in that policy. You can borrow maybe a couple thousand if you wanted to. And the policy is still growing at that 4% interest rate. Even though you borrowed, right? Even though you borrowed, it's still growing, and you don't have a set payment timeline, just like if you were to go to the bank and borrow money. The bank is going to, even if you borrow money from the bank, you have a set time to pay that money back. If you don't, then bad things will happen, right? Credit will probably drop. You probably are not going to be able to qualify for any other loans and all this other type of stuff, right? But if you do have a whole life policy, then that gives you that extra leverage, right? It gives you, and also think about it. Don't just think about it like the savings account. It is a life insurance policy. Your life is covered, right? In case of any accidents, you have living benefits rolled into it as well. And God forbid if something happens, your family is protected, right? So in my opinion, I really do like the whole life insurance, right? There's other types of policies that are really good as well too, that we can go over, like IULs, independent universal life insurance. There's universal policies as well, variable policies as well too, and we can go over that some other time, right? If you want to go research into that, that's also cool too. But most people that really get into life insurance, that really looking for it, get those two types of policies, right? So that is what I want to, inform you guys about today and talk to you guys about today. If you have any questions, please leave comments below. And again, guys, if you're also looking, to consult or get more information, again, I'm not trying to sell you anything, right? But if you're looking for something, again, I am able to help you legally, right? Since I am a licensed broker. So again, guys, you could definitely reach out. Even if you're looking for more information, definitely reach out. I'll leave my email in the link as well too. We can hop on Zoom one of these days, or even a phone call, or even through text message as well too. Explain some of the processes just so you guys fully are comfortable and you guys can understand. All right, so I'll see you guys soon in the next one. All right, peace out.